here to talk to you about the trash. It smells like shit in here, and there's fucking shrimp.
What is trash? Trash is waste of all kind. So your recyclables, your garbage, your compostable items, your dead bodies, everything that needs to be nuclear waste, hazardous waste, poisons, such as like cleaners and whatever. That's all garbage. That's all trash. Why should you care about the trash? Now, it's something that you probably don't think about because I went around and I asked all of my friends, do you have any questions about the trash? I'm doing a video about the trash. And they had no questions about the trash. They didn't think about it ever really. People don't really ever think about the trash. It's one of the conveniences of modern day life is to not have to think about where your waste goes. But I actually know what we do with trash, and it's something we should all think about a lot more. Most of it is sent overseas. Most recyclables are sent overseas. Most fast fashion waste, like clothing waste, that goes overseas. And most of it is burned over there a lot. A lot of it is burned, and it releases dioxins, which is the most toxic chemical, man-made chemical. With the trash right now, 89% of recyclable materials currently are not being recycled due to improper infrastructure, and we just don't have the infrastructure to recycle most recyclables. And also, like, the 1 through 8 system is so antiquated, and like it was created to like not actually recycle. It's just greenwashing. We have no composting infrastructure. Now, my campus has composting infrastructure a little. I'm not fully sure what they do with the compost on my campus, but I've never seen anyone use it correctly, so I have no idea how it works. Never seen anyone use the recycling and compost and trash bins correctly. You can see the trash cans right from my apartment. You can see the trash cans, and that means that your boy sees everyone put trash and recycling and compost in the wrong places. In the garbage can, when I was in the garbage can, there was like shrimp and some food stuff, and food can be put in the compost, but nobody composts because we also don't have a bin for composting. Like, our apartment comes with a little trash and a little recycling, and there's no compost bin. We need to buy one. I'm gonna get one, but that's not the problem. So why are we doing this to the trash? Now you must be thinking, like, why aren't we properly handling waste in an efficient way? Well, it's because people don't see waste as a problem. They see it as a thing to make money off of. See, in most of the world, I'm pretty sure, well, not most of the world, actually probably most of the world, at least in America. I'm going off of what America is because I live there, of course. I'm not a fan. I'm also not a hater. I'm not patriotic, yet I am patriotic when a British person walks in the room. Except for John Oliver, because he's a real patriot. People want to make money. Because we live under global capitalism, everything is about making money. That is what capitalism is about. That is everyone's greatest purpose under capitalism, is to maximize profit. That is the point of capitalism. But I don't think capitalism's right necessarily at all. I mean, like, profit is not the most important thing. I think environmentalism and humanity and living connected with the earth is more important, and being able to sustain our resources far into the future, I believe that's very important, so we can all enjoy the planet, and so humans don't go extinct, because the planet's going to stay here forever. But humans, we might go extinct, because that's what happens. That's Well, the rich won't go extinct. The poor will face the consequences first. Anyways, solutions to our trash problem. So I want to go into the trash, like that's what I want to do for my job. But our solutions, we have eradicate capitalism. Now the root of the problem is that people think that the waste management / trash issue is, they think it's something to make money off of. But in actuality, it's just a problem that we have to solve, and it's not something we should be making money off of, and it should be a public utility. So another thing is we should publicize waste management, make it a public good that is paid for by taxes. I don't think, America spends billions upon billions of dollars in defense, but I don't know how much it would cost, but I don't think it's a fucking $1 billion to fucking publicize waste management. Now, this is my favorite. Universalize recycling and composting infrastructure. So currently they have the 1 through 8 and then the little triangle thing to show what the recycling is. And in certain places you can only do 1 or 2, or you can do 1 through 7, or you can do like 4, 3, 6. I don't fucking know. It's every place, every county is different because every waste management group has different infrastructure for recycling. We need to universalize recycling infrastructure. We need to actually have one form of thing that is recyclable and everything else isn't. Because not everything is fucking recyclable that goes in the recycling. Because 89% of it can't be fucking recycled. Like a juice container that's paper and aluminum and plastic, you can't separate all that shit. So it's not gonna be recycled, but it has the little recycling thing on it. Bitch, what are you fucking talking about, recyclable? That shit can't be separated. So what I think we need to do is aluminum recycling. And I know, oh, the energy, solar power. Methane capture from compost. Yeah, so checkmate, atheist. Also composting infrastructure, we have to universalize that, and we also have to make public composting infrastructure because the current composting infrastructure is literally non-existent. I know in Denver they're trying to make the city do composting, but I still think we also need more education on what can go into which bin. So it should be made easier for the American public to figure out what goes into where. So we should make standardized like containers. It should be illegal to have a fucking bottle that's a stupid ass shape so you can't fucking recycle it because you need a special machine. Like that should be illegal. That's stupid. Illegalize that. Make that a crime. I know capitalism breeds innovation. No, it doesn't. I'm breeding innovation right now. Okay. And we have to eliminate greenwashing. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about all of the different fucking recycling things. I believe that that is greenwashing. I know greenwashing is like, oh, organic, sustainable, blah, 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 when it's actually like not really. And there's like no way to prove it. But greenwashing is also slapping a recycling label on something that's not recyclable. And it's actually doing extreme harm. Slapping a recyclable label onto something that isn't recyclable, or compostable when it's not, when it's only industrially compostable instead of like regular compost. It's it's so difficult because some things say that they're compostable, but they might only be compostable through industrial compost and not natural compost. Like bamboo takes a very long time to compost, so it goes through industrial composters instead of regular composters. And food scraps, and certain food scraps can't go in certain composters, and it's like if you have the worms, you can't like overfeed the worms a certain thing or else they die, and it's like, but the whole thing, it essentially comes down to is we need to care. We need to care about what happens to our trash, And I don't know, we just have to care about what happens to our trash. It's important. And we should think about smaller things every day that we take for granted. We should think about those things a lot more and think about how we can live more sustainably with the earth. And it's not just, the thing is, everybody thinks sustainability is all like, oh, take a shorter shower, like all that. But it's not actually about that. It's all about systemic issues. It's not your fault. You didn't build the world to be unsustainable. It is the corporations and our government's fault for fucking up the world so bad. It's the Industrial Revolution's fault. Let's say that. Let's go with that. It's the Industrial Revolution's fault. Another solution is, the universal like containers. So like all one-use things should be made out of like easily recyclable materials such as aluminum. I don't even believe in plastic. Let's get rid of that. Hemp is really a good material. I go with aluminum because it's very recyclable, very easily recyclable. So if you want like why not cans, more cans, put things in cans. Ins and outs 2024. My ins are cans. My outs are plastic water bottles. In, universal recycling infrastructure. Out, the 1 through 8 recycling model. In, public waste management. Out, privatized corporation. In, the destruction of capitalism. Out, capitalism. In, the Endangered Species Act. Out, Republicans. Well, I hope you had a good time learning about the trash. I hope you learned something. Goodbye.